Let's start the session. I hope white screen is visible, whiteboard is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
sir.
okay, thank you. So today we will discuss about the Java basic input output. So Java basic input output using some classes. Basically, in object oriented programming language, in order to execute any functionality, basically we will require some classes. And if we have certain classes, so in order to access the functionality of that particular class, we need to create the object of that class, and with the help of object itself, you will be able to access the functionality of classes. Okay, so the motive of today class is how we can accept the input from the keyboard. Okay, so accepting input from keyboard, because till now we have fixed the data, means if I would like to initialize the object's instance variable, so there are three ways. The first way is by using the reference variable, by using the method, and the third way is by using the constructor. In all three ways, we just fix the value of variable. However, we can take basically we have already fixed the value of the variable. Means if I call the constructor, so basically in the constructor calling, I need to pass certain value. Okay, like integer age and string name. So I just pass the value of age as well as the value of name. But suppose if we would like to take the input from the keyboard, so how can I take the input from the keyboard? So accepting input from keyboard. Okay. So in order to take the input from keyboard, actually some classes are required. Some classes are required. Which type of classes? See, uh, suppose there is a keyboard. In order to, suppose this is the keyboard, and if you would like to take the input from the keyboard, so basically in Java you need to connect a stream. You need to connect a stream. Stream is a logical pipe. You need to connect a stream, and from this streams you can read the data from the keyboard. Okay, now the question is, what is a stream in Java? So stream is basically, if you can say that a stream is a flow of data like pipe, flow of data from one place to another place, flow of data from one place to another place, to another place. So if you would like to take the input from the keyboard, you need to connect a stream with keyboard. So how can you create the stream? We will see it later. But what is a stream? So stream is a flow of data from one place to another place. Means suppose there are two places A and B, and if A would like to send certain data to B, so basically a pipe or a stream is required which connect A with B, and through this stream data is flowed. Means data is flowing through this particular logical pipe or logical stream. Okay, how this stream is created, so we will see it later. But actually stream is a flow of data which takes the data from one place to another place. Okay, so in Java there are two types of streams. In Java there are two types of streams. One is input streams and another one is output streams. input stream and output stream. Okay. Input stream, as the name suggests, it is used to read the data. This input stream is used to read data, means take the input, and now output streams means print the output or write the data. Write the data, write data. So input stream is used to read data, output stream is used to write data. So for today's session, we will only discuss about reading the data here. See, and reading the data from where? Reading the data from the keyboard. However, with the help of input streams, we can read the data from the keyboard. कीबोर्ड से रीड कर सकते हैं. We can read the data from the keyboard. We can read the data from the file. We can even read the data from the network socket in socket programming, network socket. Similarly here, we can write the data over your output screen. Output screen पर write कर सकते हैं. And we can write the data over the file, and we can write the data over network socket. Okay. So basically these all are the sources. These all are the sources from where we can read the data. मीन्स डेटा यहाँ हो सकता है. कीबोर्ड से डेटा ले सकते हैं, फाइल से ले सकते हैं, या सॉकेट से डेटा रीड कर सकते हैं. तो वी कैन रीड द डेटा फ्रॉम कीबोर्ड, वी कैन रीड द डेटा फ्रॉम फाइल, वी कैन रीड द डेटा फ्रॉम नेटवर्क सॉकेट. Similarly, if I would like to print some data or write data, तो we can write the data over the output screen, जो अभी तक होता है system.out.println. Output screen means system.out.println. File, we can also write the data over the file. We can also write the data over the network socket. Okay. So in today's lecture, we will only discuss about how we can read the data from the keyboard. We are not going to discuss about whole input output streams. So basically input output streams is the part of a package that is java.input-output.asterisk. So we will discuss this package in detail, because this package, in order to study this package, there are certain object oriented concepts are required, like inheritance and polymorphism. So we can not be able to understand at this moment this package. So we will study some basic classes here in order to take data from the keyboard. Okay, जो अभी जरूरत पड़ेगी हमको कीबोर्ड से लेने की, असाइनमेंट करने के लिए. Okay, so the first class which is used to take the data from the keyboard and print the data over the output stream, that class is, okay. Is there any confusion in stream? So stream is basically a flow of data from one place to another place. एक pipe होगी logical, जहां से डेटा लेना है वहां पर कनेक्ट करेंगे, जहां पर डेटा भेजना है वहां कनेक्ट करेंगे, and data is flowing from one place to another place. Okay. And this is logical stream. तो basically दिस इज लॉजिकल स्ट्रीम. तो अब ये होगा कि पाइप क्रिएट कैसे होगी. पाइप ऐसे क्रिएट होगी, कोई क्लास होगी स्ट्रीम टाइप की, इनपुट या आउटपुट स्ट्रीम टाइप की, उसका ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट कर लेंगे. So that object basically behave as a stream instance. Okay. Now, so come to the first class which you use to read the data from the keyboard and print the data over the output stream. That is system class. System class. So system class is the part of java.language package. And in system class, there are three fields. Because this is a class, it means there are certain methods and there are certain fields or variables are there. So this class is having three main variable. One is variable name as in, another variable is out, and the third variable is error. Okay. Because these all are the field in, out, and error, ERR. Now the question is, if this is the variable name, so what is the data type of this variable? In, out, and error. So data type of in variable is input stream. Input stream. This is the data type, means input stream in. This is the variable, this is the data type of this variable. Similarly, output stream, sorry, not output stream, print stream. Out is the variable of print stream class. Out is the variable of print stream class. Print stream out. The out is the variable of system class, but the data type of out variable is print stream. Similarly, for the, in order to print certain error type, print stream error. Okay. Now, in, out, and error. एक second. There is a problem here. Yes. The screen is visible or not?
No, sir.
No, sir.
एक मिनट.
So now it's visible.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, dear. So basically, in is the variable of input stream type, out is the variable of print stream, and error is the variable of print stream also. And input stream, print streams are the class. Okay, are the class. So how we can take the data from the keyboard? So the first step is connect the keyboard, to an input stream object, to an input stream object. Input stream is a class. Connect a keyboard to input stream object. Okay. Achha, what is keyboard? So basically, keyboard is if I write system dot in. If I write system dot in. So system is a class, input is a variable type. Achha, here you can see that if I write system dot in, if I write system dot out. So here you can see that system dot in and system dot out, I am accessing input variable and output variable with the help of class itself. In क्या है? इस class का एक variable है. In is the field of system class, out is the field of system class, and both the variables are accessed with the help of class itself. What does it means? Can anyone tell why we can access in and out?
सर वो वेरिएबल्स स्टैटिक होंगे.
ये दोनों वेरिएबल स्टैटिक होंगे. गुड. इट्स मींस दिस इनपुट एंड आउटपुट वेरिएबल्स आर स्टैटिक इन नेचर. ओके, गुड. So if I write system.in, okay, if I write system.in to system.in, because in is the static variable, what does it return? ये return क्या करेगा? What does it return actually? If I write system.in, what does it return? क्या return कर रहा?
सर void.
नो, void नहीं, void रिटर्न नहीं करेगा. देखो यहाँ पर इन का रिटर्न टाइप क्या है, डेटा टाइप क्या है इन का? व्हाट इज द रिटर्न टाइप ऑफ इन? सपोज इन अगर इंटीजर टाइप का होता तो इफ आई एक्सेस द इंटीजर वेरिएबल, तो बेसिकली रिटर्न टाइप इज इन इंटीजर वेरिएबल, but here the return type is, your data type is input stream. The type of in is input stream. It means it will return an input stream object. Okay, input stream. Because if you access system.in, suppose if I write integer a equal to 3 in any class, and if I access this particular variable, so it will return basically an integer value. Basically here the return type or data type is input stream. Input stream is a class. It means it will return a class instance, that is object. So here with the help of system.in, you will get an input stream object reference actually. Okay, now, and this input stream object system.in just connect this system.in with input stream reader class, with input stream reader object actually. Input stream reader. So input, what is the input stream reader? Input stream reader is also a class. इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर इज ऑल्सो ए क्लास. तो अभी तक कितनी क्लास आप लोगों ने देखी? एक सिस्टम क्लास, इनपुट स्ट्रीम क्लास एंड इनपुट स्ट्रीम reader class. And now the question is, what is difference between input stream and input stream reader? So basically input streams reads the data byte by byte, while input stream reader reads the data character by character. Okay, basically this is difference between reader and stream class, input stream class. All the reader and writer class reads the data character by character. All the input stream and output streams class read and write the data in terms of byte. We will discuss this classification in detail when we will discuss java.input-output package. But till then, input stream reader is connected with system.in. How basically input stream reader is connected with system.in? Just see here. Input stream reader object reference equal to new input stream reader, new input stream reader, and just call the constructor of input stream reader class. Just call the, in order to initialize, in order to create the object of input stream reader, you need to call the input stream reader constructor. And input stream reader constructor is having a, input stream reader class is having a constructor which takes a parameter of type input stream, of type input stream. मतलब input stream reader class का constructor एक ऐसा कंस्ट्रक्टर डिफाइंड है जो कि इनपुट स्ट्रीम टाइप के वेरिएबल को ले सकता है. एंड इफ इट दिस कंस्ट्रक्टर कैन टेक इनपुट स्ट्रीम टाइप ऑफ डेटा, तो वी कैन पास system dot in here because it will take the input stream, sorry, system dot in constructor. So we just pass the system dot in object reference here, system dot in. So now, in order to read the data from the keyboard, you can call the method of, you can call the method of input stream reader class. Means of obj dot कोई भी मेथड जो कि इस क्लास के होंगे रीड करने के लिए, we can call it. Okay, means we can call it the method of input stream read class in order to read certain data. Fine. Now, in the second step, अभी इसको रीड नहीं करेंगे. हालांकि input stream read class is having certain method, input stream reader class is having certain methods in order to read the data. So with the help of obj, we can call that particular method. You can see the list of input stream class read method from the any website and just use that particular method. But here, in order to speed up the process, we will prefer buffer reader. We will prefer buffer reader class. तो जस्ट आई क्रिएट ए बफर रीडर क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट. हमको लग रहा नहीं है अच्छा इससे इतना अच्छा होगा नहीं, तो जस्ट आई रीड means I create a buffer reader class object. Buffer reader is a class which is used to read the data from the keyboard, means which is used to read the data, but actually input stream reader is class is also used to read the data. So what is difference between buffer reader and input stream reader? Buffer reader basically reads the data in buffers and then write the data over the buffer and then read the data. So basically buffer reader basically is used to improve the performance. Means अगर 100 मीन्स सपोज 1000 कैरेक्टर के डेटा को रीड करना है बफर रीडर से, तो बेसिकली बफर रीडर विल रीड दोज डेटा इन शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम एज कंपेयर टू इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर. तो बफर रीडर br इक्वल टू कॉल द बफर रीडर कंस्ट्रक्टर न्यू बफर्ड रीडर, and here this constructor basically will take the argument of input stream reader class. तो you can pass obj. अगर इसकी डेफिनेशन जाके इस क्लास में देखोगे तो बफर रीडर क्लास इज हैविंग ए कंस्ट्रक्टर which will take input stream reader object, which will take input stream reader object. Okay, so buffer reader class constructor can take input stream reader object, and now you can pass obj here. And since basically buffer reader class can take input stream reader object, so for that we create the input stream reader object. और इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर ऑब्जेक्ट आप क्रिएट करोगे तो बेसिकली इनपुट स्ट्रीम रीडर ऑब्जेक्ट विल रिक्वायर इनपुट स्ट्रीम्स ऑब्जेक्ट रेफरेंस वेरिएबल. तो वी जस्ट पास द system dot in here, and now with the help of br dot you will be able to read the data from the keyboard. Means तो here you can see that अगर इसको हम combined देखें, if we see it combinedly, actually initially system dot in that represent the keyboard, system dot in represent the keyboard, and with keyboard you connect the input stream reader, because input stream reader is connected with system dot in. This is a stream, input stream, और ये पाइप किस दूसरी पाइप से कनेक्ट होने जा रही है. दिस पाइप इज कनेक्टेड विद बफर रीडर पाइप, buffered reader. So basically in order to read the data from the keyboard, a pipe of type input stream reader is connected with keyboard, and in order to improve the performance, this pipe input stream reader is connected with buffer reader, and now you can read the data from the buffer reader. Okay, you can read the data from the buffer reader. Now because now you are having the reference variable of buffer reader type, and now you are having the functionality of buffer reader class, and buffer reader class is having a method read line which you can use to read the data from the keyboard. Okay, br.readLine. So this is how you can read the data from the keyboard with the help of system.in, input stream reader, and buffer reader. And this process where multiple streams are chained together, कई पाइप को एक साथ कनेक्ट किया जा रहा है. This process is called as stream chaining. One stream is connected with another stream. और अगर इसको नहीं कनेक्ट करते तो there is no problem, you will be able to read the data with the help of input stream reader class object. But for that actually you will be only able to access the functionality of input stream reader. But if you connect input stream reader with buffer reader, now you will be able to access the functionality of buffer reader class. Okay. Now, so this is the first way, and with the help of buffer reader br equal to new buffer reader, with the help of br, if you would like to read a character So there is a read function. There is a read function in order to read any character, but this read function will return an integer value, means ASCII value of character. So you need to typecast it. You need to typecast it like this: character ch equal to char br.read. Br.read basically return the ASCII value. So just you need to typecast it. So in this way you can read a single character. And suppose if you would like to read a string, so string str equal to br.read line. So you can basically you can explore various methods. जब आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आपको एक्सप्लोर हो जाएगा कि व्हाट आर दोस मेथड्स आर देयर. यू जस्ट take the you just see the methods of this particular buffer reader class or any class and try to use it. Okay, एक एक करके access करो और use करो. But here now the question is you can read the data, means character data like this. You can read a string, but suppose if you would like to accept any integer value from the keyboard. Character तो हो गया, string हो गया. If you would like to access integer value from the keyboard, okay, so in order to accept integer value from the keyboard, so basically first read the data in terms of string, like br.read line. Br, what is br? Br is the reference variable of type buffer reader. And now this is a string, and but actually this is integer value. Basically with in keyboard you just type the integer, but with the help of read line that integer is in the form of string. So how basically string is converted into the integer? How you convert a string into integer? So you need to parse. You need to parse the string. Parse the string. How can you parse the string? So in order to parse the string, there are various wrapper classes are there. Wrapper class. Wrapper class like integer. Example of wrapper class is integer, float. जितने भी प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप्स हैं सबकी एक जावा में एक रैपर क्लास का करस्पॉन्डिंग बनाई गई है. इंटीजर, फ्लोट, डबल, लाइक. So how can you pass that? So just take the integer class, wrapper class, and then in this wrapper class there is a static method. There is a static method, and since this is a static method, you can just call the method with the help of class itself. Parse integer is the static method which takes the string, which take this string and convert this string into integer. Okay, so integer. And so if you pass any integer value as a string in the keyboard, just you can convert that into the integer. Similarly for double and float also, so you can write like means float dot parse float string and float n, yeah, float f. So basically this is the wrapper class by which you can parse the string into the integer. So this is the first method by which you can take the input from the keyboard. Now another important class by which you can take the data from the keyboard, that is a scanner class. The next class is scanner class. Scanner class में आ जाते हैं. There is another way to take the data from the keyboard. एक तो ये हो गया buffer reader से. The another is scanner class. This is simple, scanner class. Because in buffer reader class, first take the system.in, connect the system.in to input stream reader, then connect the input stream reader to buffer reader. Okay, and then with the help of buffer reader instance variable, you will be able to access the keyboard data. Now there is another class, that is a scanner class, but this scanner class is the part of java.util package. Java.util package. Okay. So scanner class is also used to read the data from the keyboard as well as from the file. Scanner class is also used to read data from keyboard or file. So we will see how basically scanner class is used to read the data from the keyboard. So what scanner class will do? Scanner class takes the input from the keyboard. It will take the input from the keyboard and convert those input, break those input into various pieces. Okay, that is called as tokens. And then read those tokens. Read those tokens with the help of certain method. Method का ही पूरा खेल है क्लास के. Just use the class, just create the object of class and call the methods. So it means in order to read the data from the keyboard, you just create the scanner class object. And then with the help of methods of scanner class, you will be able to access the functionality of scanner class. तो first step is scanner class का एक object create कर लेते हैं. तो just create the object of scanner class. तो scanner sc equal to new scanner. तो स्कैनर क्लास के पास एक कंस्ट्रक्टर होता है. स्कैनर क्लास इज हैविंग ए कंस्ट्रक्टर which takes a parameter of which type? Parameter of input stream type. Since scanner class constructor can take the data, the parameter of input stream type, and basically we need to take the data from the keyboard, so we can just pass here system.in. Because system.in is a type of input stream and it represents the keyboard. Now keyboard is connected with scanner class object. So this system.in is connected with scanner. पहले क्या हो रहा था? system.in is connected with input stream reader. In the previous example, system.in is connected with input stream reader, but here system.in is connected with scanner class. Okay. Now with the help of scanner class object, we will be able to access the scanner class functionality. अब इसकी functionality क्या क्या है? There are some methods of scanner class. The first method, like next. Next is a method. Basically, it is used to read a string. How? Like this. sc.next. That is used to read a string. So store this in a string. String str is equal to sc.next. The second method, like read a integer value. So next integer, I in capital, read an integer value. Integer I equal to sc.next int. Similarly, next float, next double, next double, next float, next double, next long. There are various methods in order to read different data types here. Okay. So with the help of sc, that is a scanner class object reference that is connected with keyboard, you will be able to read the data from the keyboard. If you would like to read a string, so next can be used. If you would like to read an integer, so next integer can be used. Okay. Now, so you can use a string, a scanner class as well. You can use a buffer reader class, by which you will be able to access the data from the keyboard. Okay. Now, similar to the scanner class, there is one more class. I'm not going to discuss that class in detail. You will do it by yourself. That is a string tokenizer. सेम उसी तरीके से होगी, इसको जस्ट चेक कर लीजिएगा. String tokenizer. I'm not going to discuss this. A string tokenizer. So this is a class. This is also the part of java.util package. Java.util. It is basically again useful for reading the data. What this particular class will do, it will take a string and convert, break those string into tokens. It always take a string and convert those string into small pieces, that is called as token. Okay. अच्छा, basically this string is breaked into tokens. तो अब क्वेश्चन होगा कि एक string पूरी है बड़ी सी या एक पैराग्राफ है, तो how basically string is breaked into the tokens. So there are certain delimiters like comma and any other delimiter is used, or any space is used to convert a string into tokens. Suppose a string is like suppose I am going to school. Suppose I am going to school. So if this is whole string, and if this string is converted into token in with the help of string tokenizer class, so space is a delimiter. So as soon as space is encountered, तो वो टोकन बन जाएगा. सपोज एक है इस तरीके से 20, 30, 50, 60, and suppose this whole value is stored in a string. Okay, whole value is stored in a string. So just give the delimiter as comma, and when comma is encountered, so there are 4 tokens. This string is converted into 4 tokens. First token is 20, second token is 30, that 50 and 60. Okay, so here in this case, in the case of a string tokenizer class, just take a string. But now the question is how basically if you would like to read the data from the keyboard, तो कीबोर्ड से डेटा रीड करने के लिए फिर 2 तरीके हैं. आइदर यू कैन यूज बफर रीडर क्लास और you can use scanner class. Okay, so suppose if you read the data from the keyboard with the help of buffer reader class, and if you write here string str equal to br.readLine. Readline is the method of buffer reader class. Okay, and how basically you will get br, basically buffer reader class constructor. Just call the buffer reader class constructor like this: buffer reader br equal to new buffer reader. We have seen it earlier, buffer reader, and just pass a parameter here. What is the parameter type of buffer reader class? So here the parameter of buffer reader class is input. Hello, is there any question? Okay, so here with the help of buffer reader class reference variable, you can read the data from the keyboard in the form of a string. And now here now you will get a string str, and with the help of string tokenizer class, just call the string tokenizer constructor. एक string tokenizer constructor होगा, and here just pass the 2 parameter. The first is string and the another parameter is a delimiter, on the basis of which the string is converted into the string tokens. So this is the string, just pass the string, and then in the second parameter just write the comma, and when the comma is encountered, the string is converted into the token. So there are 2 parameters, one is string and another one is comma. Okay, so you can convert any string into the form of tokens, and when you will get the token, means convert the token with the help of a string tokenizer class, how can you read those tokens? अब वो टोकन्स को रीड कैसे करेंगे, बिकॉज स्ट्रिंग इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू डिफरेंट टोकन्स, तो बेसिकली जस्ट कलेक्ट दोज टोकन इन द string. Suppose string s1 equal to st dot next token, and a string s2 equal to st dot next token. So basically this is the lengthy method here. Suppose there are two tokens, st dot next token, st dot text token, and now this is string actually. And then suppose the first token is of integer type, so you can parse those strings, parse integer s1, you will get the integer value. Okay, integer value. So here the string can be converted into multiple tokens, and multiple tokens is also of type string, and if string can be converted into integer, float, double with the help of wrapper class method. Okay, so basically these are the fundamentals classes which can be used to read the data from the keyboard. However, there are certain other classes also in input output packages which we will discuss later after the inheritance and polymorphism chapter, because in order to understand java.input output package, advanced object oriented concept like polymorphism and inheritance are required. Okay, so till then basically just I prefer scanner class and buffer reader class. With the help of those classes you can basically do your programming exercises. Okay, so is there any confusion? You may ask the question, otherwise we move towards the next topic.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you explain the functionality of the next token method? Means, how is it assigned to the values of S1 and S2?
Okay, basically next token is a method. The return type of next token is a string. Okay, so suppose any string is here like string is suppose any string. I am yeah, my age is suppose 37. Okay, so this is a string, whole string, and this is the first token. My age is 37. So first token is when you call the next token. So here this next token will return a string that is stored here, and that is stored in s1. So s1 is my here. So this first string, first string is maybe the string, or first string maybe, suppose if 37 means in the, suppose in this particular example the fourth string is 37. So next token, next token, next token, next token. In the fourth line, basically next token will return a string that is actually an integer value. So basically 37 is stored into the string. Okay, 37 is stored into the in the form of a string. So in order to convert this basically 37 in the form of integer, you need to call the integer dot parse init. Okay, so here basically next token, just like the scanner class, basically, but in the scanner class, basically in order to read the token, there are various methods are there. In that particular case, in the case of scanner class, in order to read the integer, there is a next integer method. But in the case of string tokenizer, basically you can read the data in the form of string only. Then you need to parse with the help of wrapper class. Okay, तो ये थोड़ा सा एक स्टेप बढ़ जा रहा है string tokenizer. But here basically in the case of string tokenizer class, like you can say that this string tokenizer class is used to simulate the scanf method of C. Scanf method means in the scanf method you can read different types of data type, different types of data in a single scanf. Means you can read the data %d, %f, any suppose character. You can basically read the data, different types of data in a single scanf. Similarly here, you can read the different types of data in a single line, in the form of a string, and then convert those string into tokens, and then token by token you can read and parse the data according to your requirement. So this is basically used, you can say that it is used to simulate the scanf function of C language. So where we can receive several data types at a time in a single line. In a single line, you can enter various type of data. Means suppose the first type of data is age, then name, then roll number, then CGPA. Okay, so in a single line, you can read all different types of data. Age 20, name Amit, roll number suppose 202014, and CGPA 7.5. So basically in a single line you can read multiple types of data. And just basically write the comma here. When you put comma here, so basically when the comma is encountered, so that data is converted into the tokens, and then with the help of next token method, you will be able to fetch 20, Amit, this and this, and then read all data. Okay.
वाइड एंगल में लेना सिंपल है ना.
Yes. Okay. So this is all about the basic input output. I think this is sufficient for now because we will study java.input output in detail later. Now, the next topic, I think someone mic is on.
धूप लग रही थी. अरे तो इधर तो और नहीं आए. 1 मिनट वेट करना.
Okay. So the next topic is array. So I think this will discuss from the next lecture array and then string. So I think lab has already been conducted on array. So we will see the array in detail. So normally in C programming language, array is, what is array? Array is a collection of similar type of data items. Similarly in Java, also array is the collection of similar type of data items. But in Java, array is treated as an object. This is the new thing in Java. Array is an object. Array is an object. Because since it is an object-oriented programming language, however, array is the collection of similar data items, and it stores in contiguous memory location, similar to the C array. But in Java, array is an object. Okay, and now the array is an object. Now the question is, array is an object of which class? Which class? So in the next one we will discuss. Till then, you can explore that if Java array is an object, the object of which class? So we will discuss this in the next class. Okay. Okay, fine. Is there any question? Otherwise, we will meet at the next class and discuss the array and string. Okay, if there is no question, then okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, dear.
Thank you, sir.